And here we are, finally getting ready to go to Machu Picchu. This is like the budget option. We packed our backpack and we are going to drive all the way to Hidroelectrica because there is a road to get there. How do you get to Machu Picchu? There are a few options. You can get there with a tour that arranges everything for you. You can get there with the train, which is Inca Rail or Peru Rail, which are kind of expensive, like 50-60 euros just one way for one person. And since we rented a car, we're gonna go with the third option, which is to drive to Hidroelectrica and then hike for 10 kilometers to Agua Calientes, where we're gonna spend the night. And tomorrow morning, gonna wake up super early and go explore Machu Picchu. I bought 2 tickets and I'm gonna tell you all about it because the internet just wants to sell you the tours from tour agencies. Getting out of Cusco took us a while because at the time there was some construction work being done in the city. Then it started raining just as we got outside of Cusco, but as we approached Sacred Valley, some of the clouds cleared and we were offered with the most beautiful mountain views. There wasn't much traffic on the road, so the drive went smoothly and the road was in great shape. However, as we entered the popular Ollantaytambo, also known as the best preserved Inca village, we found all the tourists. The area was packed and I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that the main road went straight through the narrow streets of the old village. Turns out it was a mistake to drive through the village anyway, due to some construction work, and I had to turn around. It was a total nightmare for any kind of driver. So to avoid this, I would suggest you take the road by the train tracks, which is on the left side as you enter the stone village. So do not go through the village, go on the left side. The road was under construction in April 2024, so it might be all finished and covered with asphalt by the time you watch this video. After escaping the bottleneck of Ollantaytambo, we left behind the tourist crowds and we mostly had the road to ourselves. This section of the road from Cusco to Hidroelectrica is absolutely stunning and it is a must-see for anyone who loves road trips with great mountain views. Given all the delay with the traffic we got earlier and the fact that the weather wasn't looking great, I didn't stop on this part of the road. I knew I might expect some rough driving conditions ahead, so I was a bit uneasy about it. We are literally driving through the clouds to the rain. We are at Abra Malaga at 4,300 meters altitude, and we still have about 109 kilometers to go to get to Hidroelectrica, which is a small village where we can park the car. They say that the road goes up to there, which is just surrounding the mountain with Machu Picchu. And from there we have to hike for 1-2 hours, 10 kilometers, mostly flat luckily, to get to Agua Calientes. But really, what is this? Like, please, what is this?
Fog.
No, it's a cloud. But I didn't, like, there. This is like a huge valley, very creepy, very frightening. Luckily we cannot see it, it's just white. It's driving through the whiteness of the cloud. It's like when you're flying and you're flying through the cloud and you cannot see anything outside, it's the same thing. Driving here by yourself to go to Machu Picchu is possible, regardless of what others are saying.
Not advisable.
Not advisable because the traffic in Peru is generally not great. But to be honest, on this route, after we escaped that Inca village, the road was actually really good, paved. Normal road, actually really new, I think. I spoke too fast. The road is not as great as it was up to this distance. I don't know. We are very up in the clouds. I cannot see anything. Luckily we have another car in front of us, and we stopped at the market earlier and we talked to the driver, and they said just follow them because they're from here, hope. But yeah, I mean, the road is still paved, but it's in not a great condition. Doable with our car, but not great. And since you have zero visibility and it's a mountain road basically. Oh, that was the police or somebody, I don't know. It's really hard to move faster because the road is winding quite a lot. Would I recommend driving through here? If you are really a fanatic of road trips all over the world, like we are, probably, yeah, it's quite an adventure. Really nice. I'm just hoping that on our way back, 2 days from now, it's not going to be rainy or anything, and we will be able to enjoy the great views from here. But otherwise, we've been going up and up and up on top of this mountain, and we are just not seeing anything. And just 10 kilometers back from here, the views were gorgeous. It was not rainy, or just a little bit. Not right now. No, not like right now. No. I mean, this is all we see. We still have 104 kilometers to go, which, yeah, I don't know, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Ooh. Wow. So the paved road is over. After entering Santa Maria la Nueva, you make a sharp turn to the left, and that's where the paved road stops, and there's a dirt road right now. But after our first hop, which was kind of weird, but we survived somehow, we encounter a team of workers. They are constructing the road or something about the road, and we are now waiting for them to move their machines. There are about 3 cars in front of us, waiting for them to move. So I'm guessing they're going places. So the next village is San Pablo Huayopa, and then there's also there are a few other villages, but we are aiming to go to Hidroelectrica, which is 32 kilometers from here. We'll see. I have no idea. And it's already 5:30. Not great at all. It's already 6. It's getting really dark, really fast, and seems like the road is basically blocked because a part of the mountain fell on it, and now they're trying to rebuild it, and there are a lot of things happening, and we are still waiting half an hour later. Will we ever make it to Aguas Calientes or to Machu Picchu? I don't know. Luckily, I bought 2 tickets for tomorrow, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I don't know how this will go, but okay, 1 car is turning and 1 seems to be blocked on top of the new road. So some people are waiting. That's the new road. There's a big car on top of that new road that got stuck a few minutes ago, and we are still waiting. Some boys on a motorbike told us that it's difficult to drive at night. I do not know if we have any other option. Oh my god, final destination right here. Will we go? Will we pass? I think that's why they said don't come during the rainy season. And this is the rainy season at Machu Picchu because Machu Picchu is in a rainforest. Did not realize that because Cusco is not. But here is pretty much rainy and pretty much foresty. Look at it. It's great news, what can I say? Luckily, we also booked hotel for tonight. And if we ever make it to Hidroelectrica, we have to walk 10 kilometers through the forest. Luckily, the train is not working. That's like 2 hours. Best case scenario, we get to Aguas Calientes at 8 p.m. But it's dark. Look at it, it's going up. Maybe we should go up too. Is she calling us?
No.
No, she's not. Unfortunately. I tried to go up that hill and I couldn't. It was too steep for this car, which is very lazy. And now a truck is trying to go up and it didn't. It was stuck in the middle of the road, and then the huge whatever machine that can carry rocks went up the hill to push it, and they made it. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Hours of waiting for the construction team to finish their work so we could finally drive on the part of the road that was earlier destroyed by the collapsed mountain, we conquered the hill. However, it wasn't easy because I was driving an automatic and that rental didn't have enough coupling power to make it to the top. Our only luck was that the workers remained to see us go up the hill, so they all came and gave me a huge push up the hill. It was truly amazing, and those people deserve a shout out, because without them I would have been stuck there for the night. Well, I hope that if you make the same drive, a mountain will not collapse on the road. A huge danger around this area are also the rocks falling from the mountain. Lots of locals warned me about it, so you should not stop on this part of the road or park. Do not do that. I drove on this road for a very long time, and the last stretch of about 30 kilometers, which is about 18 miles, probably took 3 hours. Looking in retrospect, one of the main issues was the night. It was dark, and that made me doubt the road more than a few times, and there was no light on the road. At one point, I almost drove through a river because I didn't see the bridge on the left. It was that dark that night. I now can say that it was more difficult and slow to drive at night, and I was also freaking out because it was so late. We had no data connection to call our hotel, and we didn't know if we were ever gonna make it. The road was becoming worse and worse with each turn, and it seemed like we would be stuck there in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, it was scary at night.
Maro?
We parked here. We're gonna start our hike to Agua Calientes, 2 hours. Oh my god, we just need to develop better plans. Please, light. This is not good. There have been exactly 0 times in my lifetime that I've gone on such a weird, stupid adventure, and I will call this episode of my life, if I live, Lost in the Amazon rainforest. And this is what we do. This Machu Picchu thing, I declare it right now extremely overrated, overhyped, and I will find you a dozen other suitable places to visit. Wow, that was a big rock. Instead of Machu Picchu. Luckily, don't get alarmed. The train is not working. Not because of the hour, because it's definitely 9:30 in the evening, but because
is not working during this week for whatever reason. There are bugs everywhere, weird noises made by other bugs, cats which have glittering eyes in the darkness, and I really want to go home right now. Oh. And I'm sick of these rocks. I'm just like, what is this? What are we doing? Why am I here? What is this? This was a very, very bad idea. Very bad idea. I mean, I should have known by the state of the road on which we drove that I need to turn around. There were multiple signs all day long. But no. I was convinced this is something we need to do. And look at us now. This is stupid. Ow, I just got water in my shoe. Stupid. That was stupid. This is the water. Apparently the landscape is beautiful, but we cannot see it because it's night. Also, there's a river right here. But you cannot see that either. You know, I always take you with me in the most glorious adventures. This is the best one yet. Okay. I thought I would say this, but we made it to public illumination, which is basically a miracle. We survived the Amazon. As you can hear it, it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. Oh my god. I need to watch my step. I think we made it to the train station. This is the train station. This is us. Peligro tren. Danger tren. Use, I don't know, here. Machu Picchu, Pueblo. It is happy because we reached civilization. I think this is the stop. Oh look, I see people. I see people. I see people. I want to cry right now. I think this is a hotel. Oh. Yes, we made it. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle of 2024. Oh, the train is here.
We made it to our expensive hotel in Agua Calientes after 3 hours hiking through the Amazon.
After getting stuck in the mud in the middle of the road, and after driving on cliffs, not mountains, on cliffs, and
We have a balcony and a view.
I'm delirious.
I am. At this point, I don't know if I want to go to Machu Picchu.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I want to go home to Bucharest and have some nice ice cream. This ice cream place in Bucharest. Walk around, maybe have a beer.
Okay, come on. We need to go to sleep. Tomorrow at 6:30, they serve us breakfast.
What's the Wi-Fi?
Just.
Oh, this guided me through. Because I was holding this as a weapon.
As a weapon. Okay,
Yes,
thank you for
fortunately,
sharing. Thank you.
Did not have to use it.
Wow. Before I go to sleep and wake up really early tomorrow at 6:30, have breakfast, and then at, I don't know, super early go for, at 8 we need to enter Machu Picchu. I just want to say that it's a miracle we're here, and I think this place is very expensive and overhyped, and I want to go home. And I'm sorry if you don't feel the same, but this is my adventure and my experience, and I already have blisters on my feet because I was walking through rivers to get here. I'm not cheap, I'm just adventurous.
but this adventure is just too much, even for me. Ow. Good morning from Agua Calientes. We slept for less than 6 hours, and this was by far one of the wake-up alarms that I ever set in my life that I did not want to hear. Most people would be excited because today is the day I visit Machu Picchu, but after last night, the walking on the rails that took us 3 hours, that seemed like it was never going to end, and it looked kind of dangerous at times, and it reminded me so much of Lost in Amazon. You know, those recreations things that they do on Discovery. I was absolutely terrified. And the city looks like very narrow between two huge tall mountains, and everything seems very crushed together, all the buildings and everything, with a tiny street in the middle. The train comes, and last night the train was in the station, and people were just taking their stuff like food or whatever they ordered, even eggs. So I guess everything comes by train here. And one piece of advice: there are 2 tunnels at the end, and then after you reach the road, maybe you should take the road because there are 2 tunnels. And imagine if that train would have come at night through the tunnels where we walked. There are signs: do not walk in the tunnels, and we did that. That was a very bad idea. Very bad idea. And then my nails from my toes, the big ones, are hurting because I walked in wet sneakers for like 1.5 hours, because I don't know if I told you about the river. There was a river. That's the main reason for which the train doesn't work for the next week or so, is because the tracks are gone, because there was a landslide, and now there's a huge river through what was supposed to be the train tracks, and there were people building there. There was also one worker camping there that we woke up last night, and it just exactly after we passed the river on foot through the river. Well, the water wasn't that deep, was the deepest in the middle, about 40 centimeters, so about up to my knee, but I didn't take my shoes off because I was afraid of falling. And then I walked in very wet shoes, and now it's hurting. So it's not great when you have to do a hike, because we're not going to Machu Picchu just to walk around. We're going for the hike. Okay, breakfast in 5 minutes, then getting ready and getting up. The time schedule here has to be precise.
Over the day I visited Machu Picchu, because that's an entire other video and topic, and I want to focus on the road to get to Machu Picchu and then get out of Machu Picchu village in this video. So we're gonna skip ahead to the second morning I woke up in the Machu Picchu village, which is Aqua Calientes. I wanted to get up super early because I knew that the hike and drive back will take probably an entire day. I did not want to be stuck on that mountain roads at night again. So this is the story of how we got back from Machu Picchu village to Sacred Valley in Peru.
Good morning from Agua Calientes. It's a normal morning here. Very humid. They're doing some things in the main square. This is the main square right here. All the buildings are very tall, very narrow. You can see the fog, the clouds, quite low. It feels very humid. That's the thing you need to remember. This is our hotel room.
wasn't cheap, was like 75 euros per night. I'm sorry I don't have better pictures, but we were too tired when we got in, so this is the time when we are starting to pack to go out. These are the sneakers I used to cross the river 2 days ago, to get here, and they're still wet because it's so humid. And in about 20 minutes we're gonna pack everything and start walking back to our car. Hopefully it's gonna be great. Wish us all the best. We are almost ready with our backpacks. Remember, we left like most of our clothes in the car, in the trunk, and we only got whatever was necessary for this 2-day trip to Machu Picchu because we have to go back walking. Just want to mention that a lot of people here do not, how do you say, paint their houses, like finish the exterior part of their buildings, and they just leave it like this. And this is our hotel, not the cheapest one, and it's quite interesting because there are only a few buildings that have their exteriors finished. It's very weird because it's such a humid environment. I believe that the buildings and a lot of things get destroyed if you don't maintain them. Like our bathroom right now is like a wet sauna, really. And yeah, my shoes, all the towels are like humid, and we haven't used them since yesterday. And usually towels, you know, because it's kind of warm, it's like 20 degrees, 20 something degrees Celsius. They get like things, you know, get dry faster and warm places. But no, this morning when I woke up, all my clothes felt a bit like humid, you know, just a tiny bit, but it's uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to it, and we are definitely not used to it. So that's one thing I want to point out. So now we're gonna finish with our backpacks because we really need to start walking. I'm so terrified of the road back because those 30 kilometers unpaved. Luckily it did not rain yesterday, and now it's not raining, so it should at least be the same as it was to drive there, but hopefully better. And also there are a lot of works being done on the road, so we're gonna have to wait probably a bunch of times for the workers to move their machines. So that's my main concern for today. But luckily we have the entire day. Today is the 6th of April. We have the entire day to get out of here, and then it's just tomorrow afternoon we have our flight. And we're flying from Cusco to Lima, and from Lima to Buenos Aires, because from Cusco most of the flights are to Lima, if not all. A bunch of them, but yeah. Wow, I'm tired. So we're starting our Camino back, walking back the same way we came here to Machu Picchu. Eddie is excitement, saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye Machu Picchu Pueblo. It's been a nice kind of too wet experience for my personal taste, but yesterday was a great day, so I cannot complain about it. So basically Machu Picchu is just up there, right there, but you cannot see it from here because we're down in the jungle. Yesterday we could see the tracks from up the mountain, and Eddie made a new friend. mai viene uno. Where they're working. This is where the huge landslides happened, and this is where we got stuck last time. Yeah, well, it's quite a disaster. They're working on it. So they first needed to build like a way for the train to turn back, and now I'm gonna show you the river crossing that had us almost drown, so you don't do the same. This is where we made our mistake. This is the red signal, they call it. So we crossed over there, but that's not the way to cross the river. You have to cross through here. So this is where we got really confused. Okay. Made our mistake coming through the darkness. This yellow peligro sign was up then, and we just crossed by it because he was pointing us to go on this way, but we didn't realize it because it was too dark. I didn't see there was another way here. Yeah. So this is.
I said, I hope the restaurant's open because I'm gonna eat everything they have there. 2 minutes, 30 seconds later, I was at that red shape. I didn't care, just flipped it over.
Yeah, luckily the river wasn't that high, but wow. There was also a road a bit uphill, but we missed this stairs too, and a sign. Wow.
This is what an avocado tree looks like.
It's full of avocados.
Wow, free avocado. Never thought I will see it in the wild. Oh. No.
It's a little...
Yeah, it's a bit gross.
But you don't get too many of these in Europe selling.
Yeah. Oh, this is like wild. So nobody's picking up the fruits. Oh look, there's another one. Yeah, it's all like avocados everywhere.
That one is also an avocado.
So this is the leaf of the avocado tree.
I was saying, during the day you can see part of Machu Picchu on this trail. Like, these are the terraces, and right up there, that's the Huayna Picchu mountain. Yes, indeed. Apparently they're restoring the terraces, as everything around here in the tropical forest needs to be constantly maintained. So that's the mountain we climbed yesterday. We were right on top of that. Look at us now.
It's not stealing because it belongs to the forest, so it belongs to all of us.
You're gonna eat raw coffee?
I'm gonna eat raw coffee.
But don't eat raw coffee. Oh, we made it to the bridge. The bridge is the sign that you're close to Hidroelectrica. Maybe 1 kilometer more or less. This is the bridge. And don't do anything crazy, don't go on the bridge. There is a pedestrian way. It's a huge one. And right over there, we climbed that mountain. That's Machu Picchu. This is one huge river, and when it rains, it floods. So now, at the end of the wet season, just about right, but it's about to get better. So for hiking around, it's better not to come in the wet season. Come in April, after April. This is beginning of April. It's so. We're almost there. Almost there. We made it. We got back to Hidroelectrica. It's amazing. These were the only signs at night that guided us. Oh my god, we made it! We made it! And up there, Machu Picchu staring at us from afar. We made it! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Bye Machu Picchu. Been a pleasure yesterday. The weather much better yesterday. Today it's in the cloud, Machu Picchu, bitch. We were lucky. These are the same tracks up. It's just a bit more narrow, but you can take this way up, and then when you find the second set of tracks, just go to the left. Same thing. Avocado, banane, granadillo. Da. We made it back to the car, exactly where we parked it. This is the start of the road, and this is where we parked the car. I don't recommend you to park the car here because the parking lot here is rather small, and this is where the bus also stops. It's just a bit of a space for the cars to turn around. But if you want to leave your car for a couple of days, you can leave it just a few, like less than 1 kilometer from here, a few minutes from here, driving or walking. There's a sign at some point on your left with like a family providing parking lot for cars, and they have like a phone number there, and there's like a small bridge on which you have to drive to get there, and you call them. It's like 15 soles per day, but here to park here we paid the guard 50 soles. They asked for a tip, so they asked like, hey, they asked for like 20 because they change guards every day. So they said that the guard at night when we arrived at, I think it was 8:30, it was very dark, and he said, okay, just leave me a tip. And he said, so they usually charge 15, give me 20 for a day, so, and 20 for my colleague for the next day. So I didn't have any change. I gave him 50 in total. So It's a bit more expensive, so there's a cheaper option, but it was night and I didn't want to go back because the road wasn't in great condition. However, there's a bus just in front of me waiting for a tourist to drive him back to Cusco, so it's not that remote as I initially thought. It was just that we drove in the middle of the night. Well, it was just like from 6 to 8, but it was pitch dark because there's no public illumination, so it was kind of scary. But we are alive and we are back at the car, and now we just need to drive 30 kilometers back through the muddy road, and then we'll reach like paved road, and then I will be so happy. However, the state of the car, although it's a really good car, we managed to trash it a bit. It's full of mud, so we need to wash it. So hopefully they don't ask any questions where we've been, but I think they have a GPS on it anyway, so they already know where we are. Just that terrified that it's mostly brown. You cannot see it on camera, but in reality it's full of mud.
This is a drive back from Hidroelectrica, where the road ends, to Santa Teresa, where the asphalt begins. Driving back on this road of only 30 kilometers during the day was a lot less frightening than it was to drive on it during the night. We were lucky with the weather as it did not rain the day before, so it was slightly drier. It was also a Saturday, and I read a sign on the road about the schedule of the construction works. And there was no work being done during the weekend, and that made the drive so much faster because we didn't have to wait for those vehicles to move or for any of the construction teams to let us pass. There was also almost no traffic that day, so during the day the road is much clearer and there is no more room for mistakes. Remember when I told you that during the night I almost didn't see one bridge crossing and I wanted to drive through a small river that was formed on the road? Well, now during the day it was obvious how was I supposed to drive and what was the correct way. Overall, we were lucky to drive back to civilization on a Saturday, so we didn't have to wait for anyone to let us pass, which made the entire drive much faster. I felt relieved once we reached Santa Teresa because I knew that from that point forward, the road was good and there shouldn't be any more delays. The hill that we tried to drive on when we first started this adventure, and we needed to be pushed by like 7-8 workers from the road. And now, because it's a simple road, Eddie's gonna signal me when it's okay to go, because I need to go there with a bit of speed to make sure we climb it. We crossed the mountain, the disaster. Like, look at Eddie, he was signaling me. This is the hill that we couldn't cross that evening that they were working on, and I needed to be pushed, and obviously it was much easier to get down. Thank you. But we were lucky because just when you went up there was nobody else, right?
I think they all, because there were like 5 minibuses, I think they all kind of took their turn and just went for it, just gunned it. Because otherwise they were coming real fast because they didn't really otherwise have the power to climb.
Yeah. Wow, we are so close to asphalt, to pavement. So excited! Yay! Huayopata Mirador viewing point. This is the viewing point, and this is the reality right now, because a lot of the times this place is up in the clouds, and it was the same when we first passed by it, and we didn't have time to stop back then, but because I was hoping for a better view. The view it's not better right now. Looks really nice though, and they have here a small area where you can climb. and admire the view, but it's not much of it right now. It's white, it's all white, it's just a cloud. But this, imagine here a huge valley. You can see a bit of it. Yeah. We are so up the mountain, almost at 4,000 meters high, or we're going there, right?
I think we're going there.
We're going there. Okay. So next time you hear somebody saying, I feel like my head is up in the clouds, they're feeling just like this. Right now, I feel a bit dizzy, to be honest, and confused about my location. So we can see a bit of the river. Basically, we've been surrounding these mountains because crossing the river is quite an adventure, and there are frequent landslides. And yeah, that's the river over there. And, the clouds are moving fast, like super fast. Look at that. Wow. So we just waited like 2-3 minutes and we can see the river now much clearer. It's amazing. And down up there, the distance, the peaks, well, just a glimpse of them.
We took the same road back to Sacred Valley and passed through the same high mountain points such as Abra Malaga, which is a pass at 4,316 meters altitude. That is 14,160 feet in altitude. The views got better once we approached the Sacred Valley. In those mountains we found a lot of local family-run roadside restaurants, and many of them were selling trucha frita, which is fried trout. After a while we got hungry and stopped at one of those small restaurants, and the food was so good.
So we just stopped by the side of the road because we were too hungry, and we saw multiple restaurants selling trucha frita, which is basically trout. It also comes with salad and rice, so enjoy. It's also 15.
Then we continued our drive to Ollantaytambo, the popular Inca village from the Sacred Valley. We made it just before it closed for the day, and we had about 30 minutes to explore. Given that most of the tourists were gone, we had enough time to walk around. But I'll tell you all about that in my next video from the Sacred Valley in Peru. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video.